Good morning, everyone. I'm Carolyn Moor from the Modern Widows Club, and this is Motivation Monday for November 22nd, 21. Now, you're here in a different kind of garden with me. I'm at my friend's house, and it's raining, so it's a little bit gray out here, but welcome to this beautiful garden. So, today, um, I just want to share something that I learned and do really kind of early new in widowhood is that when I cannot do for myself, doing for others was just so much easier. Now what I know is that that was really a great way for me to actually build up my strength and resilience for the journey ahead. Being a natural nurturer helped, but it was more than that. It actually, I was actually looking to find purpose in something other than caring for myself. We talk about caring for ourselves and all the things we need to do, and sometimes it's just impossible. And so I wanted to just talk into that a little bit today. Caring for myself just felt mundane at times. I mean, it's just the things we have to do to maintain all of this life that is ours. But sometimes doing for others is the best choice to make. So early in widowhood, I decided to just, the holidays are coming up. This week it's going to be Thanksgiving and soon the holidays throughout December. So I decided to just skip the holidays for the most part and make it happen for others instead. I remember one Thanksgiving, I volunteered to deliver meals instead of preparing my own meal. I had just very little interest in cooking. I had my young daughters with me. And so what I did is I decided to go and do something for others, and it brought a lot of smiles. Delivering those meals, I was actually able to put on some fun music in the car, and I was able to talk to my daughters about what we were grateful for. My daughters were so young, they didn't really understand like what Thanksgiving was really anyway. So it was, a blessing in disguise. Really, all they knew is that they didn't have to be at school and they got to be with me and they could play. And so I made it a playful, giving back experience. And we probably have all done these things, but it's in these moments, especially in widowhood, when we just don't want to do the holidays, that we can shift and we can do something. We make a different choice. And in a way, I was really just faking it until I could make it back to someday, hopefully feeling encouraged to have what is considered a normal attitude towards the holiday season, which we know is bogus. But now I realize it may never be the memory that I had of what the holidays were. Um, it becomes whatever I want it to be. Instead of turkey, maybe I want to have tacos. Instead of celebrating on that day, maybe we do it on the weekend before, right? I feel fortunate because I grew up in a very non traditional family in Arkansas. And there hasn't ever been this traditional sense of what had to happen on those days. And so for me, getting creative was actually normal. So I'm so grateful for the ability for my mind to shift and just winging it style now that I look back and my parents provided for me, right? We were a family of appreciating the small things, not the things of expectation. Sometimes expectations make things worse because of the stringent way that we think it must go. And when it doesn't, we feel off track like a runaway train that's about to crash. So instead, we can be flexible and go with the flow and see what new sweet surprises pop up in the process. Reach out, do something for another person to bring them joy and a smile that we will both get to experience. But what we both because that's really what we both want deeply as humans. Sometimes we give what we most need ourselves, and then it finds us, right? It's okay if you have to fake it until you make it this year or any year. You were made a unique, creative minded person who has a million choices before you. Sometimes just a little pivot is all it takes to see things from a different point of view. And from that point of view, you will do something brave. You will make a choice, and that choice will lead you to living life and approaching it with an openness and cultivating a beginner's mind, which leads to possibility. This one wild and crazy adventure that we are all on together, with all its ups and all its downs and all arounds, I'm grateful our paths have crossed. Of all the billions of people on this earth at this moment, just thinking of that realization is pretty remarkable all in itself. So let's take that in and start this week with a beginner's mind and eyes. I want to share a word of the day with you, Shoshin. It actually is a Zen Buddhism word. It's called a beginner's mind, having an attitude of openness, eagerness, and lack of preconceptions when studying a subject, even when studying at an advanced level, just as a beginner would. I've always loved that word, and it was so appropriate for me to go look it up and find it and share it with you today. So there we are. Now we have two winners of our wine tumbler here. I actually don't have it because I'm traveling, but I wanted to show you the photo. So we have two winners on our Instagram and our Facebook page. So thank you for sharing Modern Widows Club with all your friends. We really appreciate that. But we have two winners on Instagram. It's CT Mama. Thank you. And then on Facebook, Wendy K, you are the winner. And so we'll post it on our social sites so you can actually give us your address so I can mail you that wine tumbler so you can be using that through the holidays. Now, the next steps, you know what? I want to share a little bit about my Pivot 6-month group mentoring. Now, this is a program that I do for a limited amount of ladies. There's a fee for this program because it's my flagship program. It's me. It's 3 90-minute calls a month. It'll go from January to June. And what we do is we really go through the pillars of healthy widowhood each month. And you'll have an hour and a half with me. We will work together. Then an hour and a half with some of our experts, Christina Rasmussen, Christine Carlson, Dr. Marissa Magsino, Reverend Michelle Lesserard, oh my gosh, Dr. Shanti. We're going to be doing some art projects together. So it's 6 months of working together. And what I have found is truly miracles that I have seen women's life completely shift, their lives move in a different direction that is their purpose and meaning now in widowhood. And I want you to go over and take a look. Click on the courses.modernwidowsclub.org and go take a look and see if this is something that would work with you. And I'm happy to get on a call and talk to you a little bit more about it. So now, next, oh my gosh, is it next Tuesday? Next Tuesday is Giving Tuesday. And that's the National Giving Day in the United States, where I hope that you will choose Modern Widows Club as your charity to just give a small donation to, or a big donation, or share your story and encourage people. Do Facebook fundraisers, do anything that you want, but choose MWC. Whisters. And that's about it. That's just the housekeeping. You can see what everything else in the post. But I do hope that all of you know how grateful we are for you. We love you. And I'll be thinking about you, praying for you this week, that you find the peace and the love and the comfort and the community that you all deserve. Much love, ladies. And guys, we have guys on here too. So